Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy GCTV back with another video, and in this video we are going to be talking about the 5th episode of The Boys. We're steadily going through this season. I'm going to take a break for tomorrow you guys are only going to get a Euphoria episode review. I'm going to wrap that series up. My goal is to wrap it up before Stranger Things Volume 2 comes out, and we're going to do that with time to spare, so that's great news. I need to look up if Euphoria is actually gonna get another season. That would be very exciting, wouldn't it? But anyways, we're gonna talk about The Boys 5th episode. Compound V is the big focal point of here. That's like the pursuit of a lot of these people, you know, of their happiness, if you will. Why is there so many ads in this fucking page? But episode 5 sees us beginning Cuba with Popclaw being asked by A-Train about Compound V. So he shipped her off to Cuba to try to make her safe. You know, A-Train cares about her and all. She tells him what happened, which leads him to him injecting her with vials, which kill her with a heroin overdose. Kind of fucking crazy, kind of disturbing, kind of messed up on A-Train's part. But yeah, Popclaw's now out of the equation. She has been killed by heroin instead of Compound V. She probably thought it was Compound V. But yeah, meanwhile, Huey feels out of sorts at the Believe Expo Starlight takes him to, but he does his best not to stand out. It's pretty much like this religion thing, kind of bullshitting about shit, you know, that type of thing. Seeing an opportunity with a VIP club there, Butcher shows Huey footage incriminating the ringleader and tasks him with siphoning information from the man named Ezekiel, who's pretty much running the whole thing. A lot of people look up to the guy, so Huey's pretty much trying to expose him for stuff. Yeah, Starlight finds herself questioning her faith soon after, while Butcher takes a more direct approach and laments God's influence to one of the workers at the facility. So Butcher's like, you know, it is kind of fucked up. He nailed his son to a fucking crucifix, pretty much, right? And he gives people terminal illnesses and cancer. Like, you guys are blaming God for everything that happens in the world. So are you sure this is your guy, right? You know? Starlight's like, should I really be religious? These people have some very corrupt beliefs. You know, it's a pretty good episode. I mean, it definitely talks about religion a whole lot, and I like when people talk about social stuff. Homelander shows up moments later and gets mad at his script while A-Train digs around at Popclaw's house where he finds surveillance footage from when Frenchie and the others showed up. So he's like, okay, we can find the bad guy. She got confronted because she killed someone. I don't know if he knew she killed someone before or not, actually. But yeah, having made it into the Platinum Club, Huey prepares himself to be baptized before being dunked aggressively underwater by Homelander himself. I mean, that dunk was definitely... The dunk was definitely personal. I don't think Homelander fucks with this guy because I think he showed up to the office a couple of times and has complained about superheroes showing his grievances. So I don't think Homelander really likes this guy. He knows something is up. He knows he's a friend of Starlight's, but that could end very badly. They don't really like Starlight as it is. She's new, she's fresh blood. Yeah, he gets baptized. It's a very odd thing. It's very cultist, I guess. Afterward, Huey dries up and confronts Ezekiel over what he's learned. Dude, Huey's good, man. Huey's really good at what he does in this show. Like his role to seek revenge. He's doing really good. He's making advances on the 7. I really like it. He asks Ezekiel about the operation and threatens to release the video he has of him obviously making out and having sex with a bunch of men at this club, which Ezekiel, he praises the Lord, but he's pretty much gay, really. He's had a lot of gay exploits online and stuff. It turns out they shipped the compound out to various different hospitals across the country, so that's kind of what Huey learns. Starlight gets up to do her speech at the expo and has second thoughts, going completely off script and talking about morals. This was a very badass moment in the show because it's someone standing up for a corrupt organization. I love that. It's rebellion. She delivers a heartfelt talk about sin and God's influence before Huey tells her he understands her turmoil after the dust has settled and tells her his girlfriend died. So, like, Starlight's kind of getting mad at him because she's like, dude, are you trying to, like, mess up my career? Are you trying to, like, ask for stupid shit? And then Huey tries to give her something to feel sympathetic about my girlfriend died. That's why I'm here. Meanwhile, Butcher and the others trace the Compound V back to a hospital where they find that babies have been injected with this, and they have superpowers, obviously. That's how the 7 was pretty much developed. After a brutal shootout that sees blood and guts fly around the room like confetti, Frenchie is cornered by Black Noir in the alleyway until the female arrives and saves him. Is that actually what they call the girl in the show? I don't know. That's kind of peculiar. Yeah. So the female's kind of a hero. She's very aggressive. These people are really pissing me off. My God, my sister's so fucking annoying. Holy shit. Yeah, the female saves him. You know, she played villain a lot. She's also played hero. Despite being badly hurt and bleeding out, she rapidly heals as Frenchie returns and he calls her a miracle, which we find out. We find out that the female has another power of healing quickly, I guess. While not quite as dramatic as the previous episodes, the show delivers another enjoyable episode nonetheless, and shout out to Greg Wheeler and the Review Geek for giving us an article to read from and kind of talk about it. The religion aspect of this whole debacle brings up some very interesting moral questions, for sure, and seeing this play into the main narrative is certainly a welcome inclusion. It takes a very serious approach. This episode's more serious and satirical. There's definitely some pretty crazy moments, but yeah. It helps to add some depth to Starlight's character, especially seeing her religious upbringing and how difficult that must have been for her. With Starlight's confession now out and the ending leaving things wide open going forward, with this show continuing to hit all the right notes in its first season. So now the fallout is going to be, what are they going to do about Starlight giving this very brutally honest speech? Are they going to fire her? Are they going to keep her around and maybe keep her as this like rebellious character? I'm not really sure. We'll have to see, but that's it. Usually these episodes aren't long, but Euphoria's is going to be. I don't dread it. It's just not something I have a lot of fun doing, but it's really the only content I have on this channel. I sometimes do news. Basketball is over, though, so I can't really talk about it. There is the Stanley Cup Finals, which I watched that game last night, but whatever.